Good morning. Welcome to the King Institute for Faith and Culture. I am Dr. Han Ong. I'm standing here to replace Dr. Dado White just for today, not for the entire year. He is at a meeting and won't be able to make it this morning, so I have the privilege to be with you all here this morning to explain to you what you are about to hear. This is a student lecture series and faculty lecture series that we will carry out throughout this whole academic year. There will be 2 students and 2 faculty lecturers. Today begins that series, so you begin with the first student lecturer today, Jessica Campbell. This is a program that has been in place since the 1960s. This is where every year, if you have not participated in this before, every year students get to vote to nominate 2 faculty lecturers whom you like to hear from or would like to learn from in this lecture series. And faculty would do the same thing. They would actually get things in their portal to vote and nominate 2 students to speak to you. And Jessica was one of those picked, and in spring we'll have the other student speaker. So to welcome her and to introduce her, I will let Coach Kylie Payne do that.
All right, y'all, good morning. What an awesome opportunity for JC, Jessica Campbell, and myself just to come up here and introduce her to you guys as her coach, which I am so excited to listen to her speak. What she has for you guys today is just great. I think someone or everyone in this room could take something, what she has to say. But if you know JC, she is one busy human being. From tutoring, from her classes, all the tests that she has to take, the labs, being president of FCA, and also being a part of our softball family. Truthfully, I don't know how she does it, but she does. And she does it with grace and love every single day. And that's what I admire about her. I admire her work ethic, I admire her consistency, and for each commitment, she's going to show up and she's going to give 100%. And if coaches, professors, if y'all are in here, we know that is just simply a dream to have students just to show up every single day and just be their best versions every single day. But hearing her story and how far she's come, I'm just so excited for her to share this with you all, and her stories of her yeses and getting her out of her comfort zone. I am so thankful to know her. I'm so blessed to coach her and to be in her corner forever. Jessica Campbell, y'all.
Hello, good morning. Okay, so I'm Jessica Campbell. The title of my presentation today is going to be Becoming Comfortable with the Uncomfortable, which is probably an uncomfortable topic to even think about speaking about. But this topic is I'm going to be giving different examples of uncomfortable things that have really made me into the person that I am today, and they just allow God to work through those uncomfortable moments. So I'm going to start with some definitions because I am a science major and like definitions. My first definition is becoming. It's an active, ongoing pursuit. It's not something that just happens in an instant. It's something that you have to continually work on, that you're gradually going towards. And the next one is comfortable. It's to be free from stress and tension, and I'm sure everyone, that just makes you be like, yes, that's how I want to feel all of the time. But then we have uncomfortable. Uncomfortable is a feeling of discomfort and uneasiness. This is what we don't want to feel most of the time. We don't want to put ourselves in situations like this. But I'm going to be talking about some situations that I personally have been uncomfortable in, but they have made me a better person from. So my first event is I am a transfer student from Walter State Community College. I played softball there. And I also lived off campus. So when I came to King, my plan was to just isolate myself. Like, I was like, I'm just going to do my own thing, like focus on softball. It'll make me a better athlete, better student if I just do my own thing, stay off campus, come to classes, and just do my own thing. So, but that was quickly not happening, because the third day that I was at King, I met Brennan Cherry, who, if you do know him, he is involved with literally everything and knows every single person on campus. So he is my now fiance, actually, and the first picture on the left is our first date, which was actually 2 years ago yesterday. And then that was our engagement photo. But so my plan was totally thrown off the tracks then from what I wanted, but God has blessed me with that uncomfortability from what I thought that I needed. My next thing is becoming, like Coach Payne said, a chemistry TA. So I've always known that I didn't necessarily like teaching. My mom is a teaching assistant, and my sister actually has an education degree. So I was just like, y'all got the teaching genes, I'll stay over here and do something else. But, so I was a little nervous. My professor, Dr. Baker, he really was like, you can do it, like, it's fine, like, it'll be okay. But, it was uncomfortable to just see myself, like, in that role where I can teach other students who are the same age as me. Like, they're doing the same thing as me. Like, I'm literally in their shoes, like, a semester before. But thankfully, I did it. I just chose to do it, and like, the students are amazing. Y'all are amazing to tutor, because y'all realize that I do not have all the answers. Like, I will try anything for y'all, but y'all are really amazing, and just know that I'm one of you. My next event is that I became FCA president. This was a year ago. I actually had never been in a leadership role before, like spiritual leadership role. I only became a Christian like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, so it was very new to me. And you kind of have this view that like being a spiritual leader is you have to be perfect. Like, you have to lead by that example and just be a perfect person. But I quickly learned that that is definitely not the case, and that God uses those imperfections that you have to work through you, to show people that it's Him, like, it's not you. And so FCA quickly became like something that I could just focus on and take a deep breath in. We actually did on the left is our Church on the Dirt event with Coach Payne. It was really amazing for everyone who was there, a great devotional, great band, a very just nice moment that I think a lot of people will remember. And then on the right is our Kingdom Culture podcast, if you have heard that. It was with Desi White and Alexis Wagner. And they were an amazing part of my FCA journey. I was like, multiple nights I would like cry. I'd be like, oh my gosh, like I don't know what I'm doing. Like I'm the leader, but like I just want to follow someone. Like this is uncomfortable. And then Desi and Alexis were always just amazing. Like, you got this. Like, yeah. This was very uncomfortable for me. This is the Utah trip. It's during Christmas break. And I was like, I just want to go home and like rest and not think about anything, be with school people, like let's just go home and just relax. But it would be easier to do like a local cross-cultural trip, but Dr. Ong was a part of that, and Dr. Moyer, and they still do that. They're doing that this December. But it was just an amazing experience to get to fly for the first time, which was like the scariest thing of my life. Like, oh my gosh, like that plane was like shaking. But anyways, it was very uncomfortable to do, but then when I got there, like these are only a couple of the most beautiful pictures. Like, it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And to be able to be with, like, my coach also was there, like, just to be with all the people. If you were there, like, it changed your life. Like, it was truly amazing to see the world that God has made for us. Okay. And my next point is, if you know from last year, I tore my ACL last year in the spring, or in the beginning of the spring. And so I had to have surgery, and I'm actually 5th year now. So last year was technically my last year, and I was like, as soon as it happened, I was like, do I just call it quits? Like, is God telling me, like, is it this God's plan that, like, I'm done? Like, this is, like, you're fine. But the picture on the left is actually a picture from our softball Bible study that we did. It was the morning after. It was the morning after I tore my ACL. We had a team Bible study, and it was beautiful. Like, the encouragement I got from my teammates was truly something I'd never felt. Like, they were literally my family. So they were able, them and the two pictures on the right, the middle is my sister washing my hair because I couldn't take a shower. So, and I was like, my hair is nasty. Like, I was like, I need you to wash my hair. So she washed my hair, and then the one on the right is my dad washing my hair the day after that. So my family and my team were just so supportive and just able to get me through that time where I had to be dependent on God and on what his plan was. And I think through the people around me, he showed me that, like, you're not done. Like, you can do this. Like, you're gonna make it. Yeah. Oh, and my professors were, like, amazing during this, because this happened, like, in the spring. Like, I had surgery 2 weeks before the semester ended, and, like, that was, like, a week before finals. So I was, like, fresh out of surgery. We were doing finals, and they were just amazing about it. They were like, take your break if you need to. Like, just do what you need to do to take care of yourself. They were truly amazing. Okay. And then my last event is a 6-week program I did at Virginia Commonwealth University over the summer. Obviously, it's uncomfortable because it was over the summer. You know, summer is when we don't have to think about school, and we can kind of just do our own thing, like, just be happy in, like, the present, like, sunny days, like, go swimming and do whatever. But my professors were amazing at, like, seeing my potential and, like, just, like, you can do this. Like, you can do a summer program, and, like, it'll really help your future. So I did go to this summer program. It was amazing. It showed me that my future, like, there was a plan, but it wasn't what I had thought what was planned. So actually, while I was there, I got my Bible out one day while I was there, one of the, like, first days, and I just opened my Bible, and I'm, like, that Christian that's like, whatever I open it to, that's what God wants me to read, you know. But so I opened it, and it was Ezekiel 40, and it says, "The hand of the Lord was upon me, and he brought me to the city." And it goes on to say, "And the man said to me, Son of man, look with your eyes and hear with your ears, and set your heart upon all that I show you. For you were brought here in order that I might show it to you." And I read that, and I texted, like, Desi and Brendan, and I was like, God is literally talking to me. Like, he is, like, going to show me while I'm here. Because I was in Richmond, Virginia, like, the big city. I was like, he, like, brought me to the city to show me, like, exactly what my future holds. Like, he's going to show me my path. And he did. And it was truly amazing to get to experience that with the Lord and just be able to meet all these amazing people that I met. and be in a city that I'd never been in, try all these new things. But it was truly amazing, just the experience that it was. That was initially so uncomfortable, but it ended up really setting my life and my future where it needs to be. And I just want to conclude by saying that God, He uses those uncomfortable moments and uncomfortable times to really build you into the person that you were meant to be. He really just wants you to see that He is working for your good, and that all those things that you're just uneasy with and don't want to do, like, He can use those things. Thank you.
Jessica is indeed a remarkable student. She played really well yesterday afternoon in the heat. She had this to prepare for, and this afternoon will actually be taking a test in my class. She also has a wedding to plan because I was the recipient of a save the date this morning for her and Brandon. So per tradition, Coach Kylie Payne will present her with a plaque on behalf of the King Institute for Faith and Culture. And let's thank Jessica one more time. You are dismissed.